what a shot that is! From distance, it dipped on Kyle.
Their way out. Let's get a quick thought from the man with me here in the commentary position, who's been licking his lips in anticipation of this one, Roshan Rai. Can't wait for this one, Roshan.
An absolute privilege. It's simple, isn't it? They have to win. For Indonesia, they can take fewer risks. They can see how it goes. They can play on the counter-attack a little bit. And we saw against Vietnam, they know how to keep a clean sheet. They know how to be disciplined. They know how to be aggressive. They know how to fight this Indonesian side. And it's such an exciting young team with a big, bright future ahead of them. But this is a massive test. This is where they can take that next step in terms of the development, seeing out the result, getting the result that takes them through into the AFF Suzuki Cup semi-final. What an exciting 90 minutes plus of football we're going to have here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is in stark contrast to the match we had yesterday, where Singapore and Thailand were already through to the semi-final, so a little bit less in it. And there were selection issues as well for Thailand. And when we look at the team selection here today, both these teams certainly mean business.
The national anthem of Malaysia.
It may only be 20% full here at the stadium, but listen to that noise. These are some of the most fanatical supporters you will find in the region. And let's look at the starting lineup for Malaysia. They make 4 changes to the side that were convincingly beaten by Vietnam. The one to look out for, the number 2 there, Dion Cools, flew in from Europe just 4 days ago. He goes straight into the lineup. Junior Elstyle is also restored to the starting lineup. Gogoleswaran Raj is also in as Faisal Halim, who had that COVID-19 problem at the start of this campaign. It is a new centre-back pairing, remember, because Adil Zafwan had a hamstring problem. He hobbled off in the game. So did Shaul Saad. He's on the bench. So Mahagiri has to settle for a place on the bench, as does Lukman Hakim. And on the bench, this is the biggest bench we've seen actually for Malaysia so far in this tournament. Because of COVID-19 and players not being available at time, they finally have a full complement. The referee today from Bahrain, as is his first assistant, Amar Ibrahim Hassan. There are the two skippers. Badro Bakhtiar taking the armband today from Aidil. For Indonesia, they make just the one change to the side that had that valiant point against Vietnam, the goalless draw in that one. And in comes Ramai Rumakek, the youngster, drafted in for this absolutely massive game. And clearly it would appear that Shin Tae-yong is fairly happy with what he's seen. He's gone for a pretty attacking formation here, a 4-4-2. And the man who misses out is Rizky Ramadhani. But they are going with a 4-4-2 today. Irianto, who normally sits in front of the back four, is moving into the middle of the park today with Ricky Kambuaya. And yes, there you go, Rizky Ridho Ramadhani, who was actually one of the most impressive players in that match against Vietnam. He has to settle for a place on the bench. There's also there on the bench Elkan Baggett, who was in quarantine, wasn't he, until yesterday for a COVID-19 incident on his plane, but he would be available later on in this competition. There is still no sign of Egy Maulana, who there were varying reports about whether he would be available for this one. Some mind games playing by Shin Tae-yong earlier in the picture. Tan Cheng-ho said, let's not get the media into our heads. Let's focus on the game instead. How do you see this one playing out, Roshan? Because Malaysia have to go for it from the off.
Yeah, they do. They certainly do. This Malaysian side, they have to go for it, but at the same time, it's not going to be a situation where you want to take too many risks too early on and open yourselves up to opportunities to lose out on the counter-attack and give Indonesia those opportunities in those counter-attacking situations, because there's plenty of pace in this side. You look at Irfan Jaya and Ramai Rumakek in those wider positions. They have got pace to burn. Witan Sulaiman just playing in just behind Ezra Walian in these phases out of possession. So it's almost like they set up in this 4-2-3-1 off the ball, and perhaps when they are in possession, it'll be a
Tae-yong addressed that, didn't he, as that falls to Gogoleswaran Raj.
What a goal that is! Gogoleswaran Raj has opened the scoring for Malaysia out of the blue.
Oh, what a ball that is. The keeper is caught out there. Oh, that is just wide. Nadio had advanced. Good work by Faisal Halim. Is he through here? Witan Sulaiman squared it. Brilliant. Indonesia right back in there. Through Irfan. Still Pratama. He's ridden the challenge. Pratama. He's still going, Pratama. Can they finish this? Yes, they can. It's number 2 for Irfan and Indonesia. With COVID, but all good now.
Oh, what a shot that is! From distance, it dipped on Kyle Fame.
Two of the natural left backs. Dimas.
Oh, they've got the fourth goal! And it's the big man, Elkan Baggett.
Oh, that's a delightful ball, but it's a fitting way.